Hi guys, so I just thought I'd come on really quickly just to talk about the hypocrisy that I've noticed with the Meghan Markle Invictus coverage slash backlash, if you can call it that. And I'm just wondering, why aren't the tabloids focusing on the athletes, right? Um, it just doesn't make sense, right? How they have been saying all these things about Megan, and then she leaves, she goes back to Montecito to be with her children, and still I see no coverage of athletes. I mean, the Invictus Games is a very powerful event which celebrates, as we all know, the resilience and courage and the triumph of the human spirit, right? But if you are only following the tabloid coverage, you would think it was the Meghan Markle show and not through any fault of Meghan's, right? But you see all these headlines flashing across the screen. Meghan overshadows Invictus. Duchess puts luxury before athletes. Meghan's red carpet behavior at Invictus, this, that, and the third, right? For days, I've heard the same tired attacks. Meghan's outfit was too polished for one woman. Her presence was too glamorous for the other. She was acting like she was at the Oscars for the third. And when she left early to be with her kids, suddenly the narrative changed. Now the haters claim that she was axed to leave by Harry, and some are even suggesting that she dumped Harry and left him, without, I guess, God knows what. I mean, the contradictions are endless, right? And for me, the real question is, who was actually making Megan the focus of the Invictus Games? Not just this game, but all the other games. Was it Megan who was doing this? Was she taking selfies and splashing them all over her Instagram page or her Twitter or whatever? Did she even have a Twitter or Instagram before a couple of months ago? Who was actually making Megan the focus of the Invictus Games, right? Was it Megan? Or was it the same tabloids and so called royal experts and content creators who sent photographers and spies to film Meghan's every move and plaster her face and her outfits all over their front pages with arrows pointing to exactly the dollar cost and value of every single thing she wears and wore? Who did that? Was that Megan who did that? Or was that the same people who are complaining that Megan is making herself the story at the Invictus Games, right? Um, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, the number of YouTube thumbnails that I see criticizing Megan, the tabloid headlines, the montage of paparazzi photos. And here's where the hypocrisy gets even worse, right? Now that Megan is no longer there, she's no longer in Canada, she's no longer at the Invictus Games, she's gone home to take care of her two little children. Are these people finally exhaling and breathing a sigh of relief and finally focusing on the athletes? Are they telling us about the athletes and the athletes' journeys and their victories and their stories of resilience? Do we even know the names of the athletes, the heroes of the games, the names, the stories? Are we shown any footage of athletes, any pictures by these very same tabloids so that we can now immerse ourselves in the Invictus Games now that Megan has gone home to Montecito to live her life and be with her children? No, they're still talking about Megan, you guys. They claim she overshadowed the games, but now that she's gone, they're not shifting the spotlight back to the athletes. They're just spitting more drama about Megan. That tells you everything you need to know as far as I'm concerned, right? The Invictus Games isn't about Megan. It's not about drama. It's about the heroes. It's about wounded warriors who fought for their countries and overcame unimaginable obstacles. Meghan just happened to be there because she's supporting her husband, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, who created the games. That's all she was trying to do, is to be a good supportive wife and be there for her husband and for the athletes and the veterans, right? She was there to celebrate with them, to watch and applaud when they received their medals, to, enjoy observing with the rest of us emotional reunions with them and their family members. That's all she was there for. She never took a selfie and sold it to the tabloids. They came after her, right? Megan understands that these men and women deserve recognition, and her presence there brought the cameras, which I think was very helpful for the athletes and for the games, right? But she never tried to make the games all about her, right? The British press is the one, and the tabloids and the haters, they're the ones who made it all about Meghan and everything, in a very stalker kind of way, right? And these athletes, they deserve recognition, they deserve the headlines, they deserve to be the focus, but the British press and the tabloids didn't actually care and still don't care about these athletes. And from the top down, the monarchy does not care about these athletes. They didn't even say, congratulations, King Charles, Prince William, none of these people. They don't make any bones about it, right? And why? Because the athletes don't make any money for them, right? They can't make money off the success of the athletes the way they profit from fueling hate against Meghan and splashing Meghan's face all over their front pages, right? They ignore the Invictus athletes to keep bashing Meghan because they make money from that. So let's be clear. The problem was never about Meghan taking attention away from the athletes. The real problem is the media refusing to give these athletes the recognition these athletes deserve, because it's easier to keep feeding the hate machine against Meghan, because that is what makes them money. So people need to really wake up to what's really going on here. It's not about Meghan stealing the spotlight. It's them focusing on Meghan because it makes money, right? So people have to choose to support the Invictus Games in the right way and celebrate the athletes and reject the smear campaigns, right? Anyway, that's all for this one. See you in the next one. And if you truly care about Invictus, just stop letting the tabloids control the narrative. Follow the athletes, share their stories, give them the spotlight, because they are the real stars of Invictus. And Harry and Meghan, I'm sure that's what they would want to see happen. Okay, now if you're not yet following, please do follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. Thank you for listening. Take care. Bye.